resilience, clarity of vision, and a deep sense of purpose. Now, to help us explore the topic today, because we are talking women in leadership, working the purpose, we do have Pertunia Nkomo-Mofokeng, the Deputy Dean for Teaching and Learning at IIE Rosebank College. She plays a pivotal role in shaping academic excellence, mentoring future professionals, and influencing transformative leadership in education. And of course, tonight's conversation is designed especially for graduates and young professionals who are preparing to enter or grow within the world of work. Of course, she is probably waiting for us and is able to hear us. Pertunia, thank you so much. Looking forward to a great conversation. Good evening.
Thank you so much, Mr. Little. How are you? And good evening to you, and good evening to your listeners.
Sure, it's great to have you on board. Indeed, looking forward to the conversation. Before we explore leadership, let us begin with your story. Who's Pertunia Nkomo-Mofokeng beyond the title of Deputy Dean?
Oh wow, that's a beautiful one. Pertunia Nkomo-Mofokeng is a young lady who is an alumna from the University of the People, that we used to call the University of the People when I was still in the institution.
Yes.
A young lady who believed in her dreams while she was still young, and lucky enough to have people around her who supported her.
Mm-hmm.
She, behind the title or beyond the title of just Deputy Dean, she is an academic, she is a mother, she is a wife, and she is a friend, she is a sister, she is a daughter, but most importantly, she is just a lover of seeing people succeed and people happy.
Wow. So many leaders have defining moments that shape their path. What early experiences influenced your passion for education and leadership?
My English teacher when I was in grade 10.
Yeah.
Yes, so I grew up being a child that was bubbly. I was all over the place. I had a lot of energy, and a lot of my teachers could not understand why this child is all over, why she's energetic, she's always wanting to do everything. And I just always had energy. I myself sometimes did not understand why until I got to understand my condition. So I had a teacher who was observing me in the classroom and said, because she has a lot of energy, so he would let me be the one explaining in front of the classroom, explaining concepts, explaining homeworks, explaining chapters in class. And I got to really enjoy seeing people now understanding better because of me. And he also told me that you have a very rare skill, Pertunia. For someone who talks a lot, you're a really good listener. Because he would want to test, are you actually listening? And I would be able to actually explain what I had gotten from him during our one-on-one sessions and explain it to the classroom.
Sure.
So it would be my English teacher.
Mm-hmm. So when you reflect on your career journey, what motivated you to pursue leadership within higher education?
I would be lying if I said I persuaded leadership. I was blessed enough to work for an institution that saw what I could not see in myself at that time. And when the opportunities arose, I was lucky enough as well to have mentors around me, to have friends around me, to have colleagues around me who motivated me to say that, come on, this position is you, Pertunia, apply. And then I also had the confidence enough to also push myself and actually apply. So it was never a point of moving. I've always known that I wanted to be one day. My dream has just always said, I want to be a doctor, I want to be a professor. But in terms of leadership, where I'm like, I want to be a deputy dean. That has just been God and his plans for me and my life and the people he put in my life that assisted me to get to where I am.
Sure, that's very powerful indeed. Now, leadership often evolves over time. What were some pivotal milestones that shaped the leader you are today?
You're being an SRC at TUT. Have you served with comrades?
Yes, I have.
So, leadership, you will know. So I was the first female to be deployed under DASO. At that time, I think you know DASO. So it was not the most famous organization at the time. I was the first to serve as the female as well. And I was also the first to serve under that particular institution. So for me, being a leader at that time, SRC, I think anything that I've learned about leadership, to start, my foundation of leadership has been to serve when I was serving under the TUT SRC.
Sure. That must have been quite a torrid time indeed for you from a leadership perspective. Now, growing up or early in your career, I mean, did you have mentors or role models who influenced your leadership philosophy?
100%. I think the biggest I know it's going to sound very cliche, but the honest part is that it's been my mom. Have you ever watched a woman who takes about 7 roles, and in each and every one of them she excels? So for me, it has been looking at this particular woman who's never let any milestone, any hurdle, any mountain be too hard to climb, be too difficult. As an academic, academically, I've always been like a strong child. Mommy, you would come with an 80%, she will ask you, where's 20%? So instead of concentrating on the fact that you got 80, focus on how you could obtain the 20%.
Wow.
So she's always been that woman that says that never settle for the limited that you have, you can always do better. So the minute you concentrate on just the good, you never get the opportunity to also integrate the bad, to say, what is it that I can do to improve this? So in my young age, it has always been my mom.
Wow.
Then there was in church as well, there was women who were very leading women that always shaped me. But the one person that I always had in my view, I always just observed when I was growing up, it has always been my mom.
Sure. So the theme of tonight's conversation is working with purpose. What does purposeful leadership mean to you?
I think I'm really happy that you touched on that. I think for me, working with purpose means understanding that leadership is not just a position. It's about understanding that it's about influence and impact, especially in empowering others. So I think for me, that is what I would say leading with purpose is. It's understanding that it's not about just you and your title. It's about understanding that your title comes with influence. It comes with power. It comes with also empowering others that are around you.
That's quite a seminal statement. Now, many graduates pursue careers, but not always purpose. How can young professionals begin discovering their purpose early?
That's a beautiful question, and it's not always an easy one. Hey, you find sometimes when we're doing career expos, you ask a child in grade 11, even others in matric, what do you want to be? And others will be like, I don't know, anything as long as I can get a job. Not understanding that a job can be the end goal, but doing something you don't love, something that is not your calling, something that not your passion, is very frustrating. We know sometimes we talk about get it for the money, but it will never be enough. So for me, I would say that as young people, look at Pertunia and your own strength and what just lights you up when you're doing it. What is your purpose in life individually before anything career? Then that will define what you love doing, what you enjoy doing. Then direct that into a career. To say, for example, if I love singing, what could be a career that will allow me to sing for a life? Because when I was in class and still lecture, I would tell my students that there is nothing so fulfilling than waking up to do something you love. It's like getting paid to do a hobby. It's like a netball player. Imagine if netball playing is your passion and you get to do it every single day. So what I would advise them is that introspect your character very early. Look at the things that you enjoy doing, but not only enjoy doing, look at your strength. What are you good at? And enhance that and transition that to be what your career can align to.
It's a fascinating conversation, I'll have to tell you. And joining me for this is Pertunia Nkomo-Mofokeng. We are talking women in leadership, working with a purpose. Of course, she's a deputy dean for teaching and learning at IIE Rosebank College. Now, in your experience, how does purpose influence the way leaders make decisions?
It does, because of, like I said, when you are leading with purpose, every decision that you make, you know that the end goal of it should be for the good or for the betterment of those that you're leading, or even for the betterment of your institution or your company. So if you are leading with purpose, for you, it's not about just getting it done.
Yeah.
It's not about doing it to tick the box, but you are doing it because you know that whatever outcome will come out of it, it will not only be beneficial for you,
Yeah.
but for everyone else around you.
Sure. So purpose-driven leadership, we often hear about this, inspires teams. Now, how can leaders cultivate that sense of shared purpose in the workplace?
The minute you understand that it takes a team for you to be a leader.
Yeah.
You can't, for you to be a leader, you need to lead a team. So for you to have the shared purpose is to understand that you are not the holistic decider of everything.
Yeah.
So it's the same philosophy that we have for students to say that learners are not tabula rasa. They're not empty vessels that you need to come and pour information and knowledge to.
Yeah.
Same applies. You can have your own purpose, but for the team to have that shared purpose, you need to have them to be in the same light as you. And how you do that is to also understand their own purpose. Does it align to you? Does it align with yours?
Yeah.
And the second one is the purpose of the institution as well, or your company. Does it align with theirs as well? So the minute you are in one place and in one understanding, so it's to understand that before you can lead, you need to follow. And by following is to get the perspective of other people around you first, so that you can know where do I align. Because if you're not in the same boat, it will be useless for you to continue to lead, because you will have people that are just answering to a superior and taking the box of the duties that they need to do because you're saying they need to do it. But if that becomes their purpose as well, they are all doing it because of the end goal that also speaks to their purpose as well.
Sure. So why do you think purpose is especially important for women stepping into leadership roles today?
Because women are already purposeful beings. For women to step into a leadership role with purpose, it's easy because we are already beings that were created to have purpose and to be purposeful.
Yeah.
So it's important as a woman. Immediately you lack that, it's going to be difficult for you because you have already other challenges that you need to deal with. You already have stereotypes that you need to address. Challenges that women in leadership go through are a lot. So the minute you don't have the purpose, the only one thing you will be left with is frustration.
Yeah. All right. In case you've just joined into the conversation, we are in conversation with Pertunia Nkomo-Mofokeng, who is, of course, the Deputy Dean for Teaching and Learning at IIE Rosebank College. And today we are talking women in leadership working with purpose. And of course, we do have a caller on the line. You are welcome, Radio High.
Drakong Mooketsi, my good friend. How are you?
I'm good. You good?
I'm fantastic. Simply G here.
Thank you very much. Welcome to the show.
If you don't know, my friend, I'm going to tell you right now, right?
Yeah.
The chair that you are sitting on the groundbreakers, the lady you are speaking to used to sit on the very same chair. Doing the networks, a very same chair,
Sure.
very same time slot.
Sure.
You are speaking to a leader of note. Pertunia is my friend. Can I tell you? Pertunia is a friend of mine. We used to do the show together under the leadership of Lasim Wichela.
Yeah.
And I'm so proud of you, my friend. I'm lost for words, but when I saw the poster that you're coming through, I was like, wow. For the mere fact that I used to sit with you on the same chair, on the same show, we used to head up together.
Yeah.
Look at you now. Vice Dean is simply amazing. And what you're going to teach us today, I know it's going to be simply amazing. So thank you very much for coming through to TTFM. Remembering where you come from as an alumni, not only of the institution, but of the radio station as well.
Yeah.
So I'd like to say congratulations and all the best for Miss SA. Come back home with my darling. Come on, my darling.
Thank you so much, my friend. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Wow. That's
I mean,
hard.
I almost married her.
Simply G, that's now I'm a little bit nervous. It looks to me like these are the pathfinders. These are people who laid the foundation for us. Really appreciate your contribution to the thoughts. Thank you very much, Simply G.
100%.
All right, that's Simply G joining us on the line. So Pertunia, that's quite another story.
That's another story, hey?
Yeah.
Running from class after drama society, running to radio, having simply to Petunia, how far are you? Come on, come on. It is such things that have shaped me and that have made me the woman that I am today. And I'm so thankful for such opportunities.
Sure. Now that has come up a little bit, maybe let me get into that. How has this platform shaped the person you are today?
It has turned me into a great speaker.
Yes.
Being able to think off my feet, and sometimes I'll come in and the topics, sometimes you're not prepared. And when you're speaking into the topics, you just need to be on the spot, and you're having people like as well in Dengese.
Yeah.
And they're just like flowing, and you are just still a novice at that time.
Yeah.
I learned a lot, and having a producer who's also great at that time, Lassie.
Yeah.
I learned a lot from that man. I learned patience. I learned how to be someone who is prepared. He would let me know to say prepare.
Yeah.
You can be good at anything in life, but when you are someone who's not prepared in life, it will show. Don't always want to wing it.
Sure.
Don't always want to just say that I've got this.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes coming up prepared is visible. You will show when you have prepared for something, it will be visible.
That's a very sage advice. Maybe that explains why you've grown to be a woman of substance, a woman of solid timber, if you like. Let's get into women in leadership now. Obviously, women continue to break barriers across industries. From your perspective, how has the landscape for women in leadership evolved?
Well, it has evolved massively, especially right now to a point that women are not seen as threat, but instead we're having males that are also noticing women who are great, noticing women who are having potential, and they are the ones who are wanting to lift them up and say that this is where you deserve to be.
Yeah.
I was blessed enough to be in a place or in a setup whereby my male counterparts did not see me as competition, but instead they saw me as their equal, to say that this is where you deserve to be. Come on, girl.
Yeah.
Some of them are the ones that were even pushing me to say, Petunia, this is you. You've got this. And that has shown how far we've come as women.
Sure.
We are no longer, the stereotypes are easily fading. We're no longer those people who are like, they have a lot on their plate. Women are emotional intelligence. Where women are, there's always squabbles, there's gossip. Such things are fading out because women in leadership are not just coming. They are showing off there when they are there.
Sure.
They are breaking grounds, and there are great examples of that. My MD, for example, Dr. May, is a perfect example of that, to say that where she is, she's showing that women are capable, and not just capable, they are more than capable.
Absolutely.
So I think the landscape has changed immensely over here.
Absolutely. Now, despite progress, of course, challenges do remain. What are some of the barriers that women still face when it comes to aspiring to leadership roles?
Well, I'm really happy that you brought that up, because as long as as much as we still have celebrations, we still have some minor challenges that we're still facing, right?
Yeah.
So women have to often work twice as hard to prove their capabilities. But such challenges also build resilience and strength.
Yeah.
For example, navigating the male-dominated spaces. As much as we are breaking the grounds, we're not there yet. We still have the male-dominated spaces.
Yeah.
And sometimes being underestimated, because when it's you, then we make the size and those comments, woman.
Yeah.
I hate that. No, I don't know women. What do you mean? It's comments like that. It's like balancing multiple responsibilities. As a woman, you're a mother, you're a wife when you get home.
Yeah.
You are a lot of things. You're a mentor. Therefore, so sometimes having to still balance all of that and still show up as much as your male counterpart, whereby you're expected to say that, no, but Swanwani is leaving at 9. You can also push and leave at 9. No, I can't. I have children that are waiting for mommy to help them with homework. So it's still, we are still trying to break those stereotypes. We're getting there little by little, but we're not there yet.
Sure. So what strategies have helped you in that difficult journey as you navigate and overcome professional challenges as a woman leader?
I think for me, having a mentor and not trying to prove myself to anyone. I have had to learn that I am capable. I've had to learn that I am where I am because I've worked hard, because I've been recognized because of my hard work. And another thing is also being in spaces that also see you. There are other people I know, they might not be in the same situation as I am as women because of their environments as well are not as accommodative as mine is, or as mine was as well.
Sure.
I know, for example, looking back as from TUT, there were a lot of stereotypes. High leadership, abafazi vela ninjalo. No, calm down. Don't stress. Why do you guys like stressing as women? And you guys is the element of woman.
Yeah.
So what has helped me personally has been to say, I don't need to prove anything to anyone, especially not a man. I don't need to prove that I am enough. I am capable. My work will speak for me.
Absolutely.
So we need to stop verbalizing how good we are and start letting our work and our capability just speak for itself.
Sure.
And another thing is, the more we believe in each other as women, you should see the space that I'm in. We celebrate each other's women. As you elevate, women are shouting, they are rooting for you, they are keeping you up there. We need to do that as women. For the mere fact that we have more women than men in spaces, it should be a no-brainer that we should be supporting each other more.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So I think for me, that has been what has helped me to overcome some of the challenges.
So how important then is confidence, especially when women step into leadership positions?
You don't understand. Confidence is as important as walking out of the house with shoes on. That, like, literally, you lack confidence, then you're giving everyone every other reason to doubt you. And this one, it goes whether as a woman, as a man, but as a woman is worse, because now you are at that place where you're trying to prove to say that where you're sitting with a board of 5 men and you are the only woman, or 3 men and it's only 2 females, or 10 men and it's only 2 females in the place. Without confidence, immediately when you're speaking, and you're not oozing confidence, it gives people the gap and that hole to say that let's poke, let's see, are you capable? They'll come with those questions where they want to test, do you know, do you not know?
Yeah.
The confidence is the only thing that will keep you together, because a confident person can confidently say that I'm not sure and I'm not familiar with this. May you please just give me an opportunity to go look it up or to do my research, and I can come back to you. But as this moment, I'm not familiar with the concept.
Sure.
But when you are now saying it and there's no confidence, you're like, that's a difficult one. I don't know what to say. That is problematic.
Yeah.
So confidence is very important. Confidence is working out and not looking like your problems. My ladies will understand it.
Yeah.
We don't look like our problems. We walk out there and we ooze the confidence, because of the minute you believe in yourself, everyone else will.
Sure. I like how you put it. It's like putting those shoes on, which means conversely, lacking it is like walking barefoot then.
100%, yeah. No confidence is like literally walking barefoot in a bathroom.
We are in a conversation, and I'm joined by Pertunia Nkomo-Mofokeng. Of course, she is a Deputy Dean for Teaching and Learning at IIE Rosebank College, and we are talking women in leadership, working with purpose. Now, many young women doubt their readiness for leadership. What advice would you give them?
If not now, when? If you are feeling that you are young right now, in the next 5 years, the Z generations are coming, the Alpha generation is coming. When? So if you are not ready now, when? That's the advice I would ask them, to say that if you are not ready now, then when?
Yeah.
There will never be a great time or perfect time to do anything.
Yeah.
And for every excuse that you have, it will make sense in your head. It will make sense that not now, let me just complete not now, and that's okay. But just remember that if not now, then when? And when that opportunity has passed, to get it back again, it's going to be very difficult.
Sure. So, as Deputy Dean responsible for teaching and learning, you interact with many young people. What leadership qualities should graduates start developing now? 1,
listening skill. Led to be a good listener. And another leadership quality as well is being an innovator. Every company out there, every institution out there is looking for someone who's innovative, because we are living in a very transformative time. Familiarize, be a learner, be willing to learn. If you're someone who's not willing to learn, it's going to be difficult for you to learn. And if you're someone who's coming with a know-it-all attitude, it's also going to be very difficult for others to even have the willingness to teach you, because they know this one, I get they know everything. They will leave you to drown.
Yeah, true.
The last one I would like to give them is that have confidence in yourself. You are more than capable and you are enough. You don't need a motivational speaker. You don't need a fan. The minute you believe in yourself, you do your best and let God do the rest. You will see that indeed when they were saying that the sky is the limit, they really mean it. If a Kasi girl like me from Soshanguve can be sitting where I am sitting today, from the People's University into one of the biggest institutions in higher education, then what is it to you? It is possible.
Absolutely. Look, another point to mention is that oftentimes than not, or all the time when you invite a guest on this particular platform, these are always seasoned individuals in their respective fields. The idea is to give you an inside look into what the future looks like so that you are armed, perhaps to the teeth with the necessary weapons, navigating a rather protean and ever-changing world of market. And this evening I'm joined by Pertunia Nkomo-Mofokeng, the Deputy Dean for Teaching and Learning at IIE Rosebank College. Do you believe leadership begins before one holds a title?
No, no, definitely. Yes, it does. It does. I did not become a leader the minute I was a deputy dean. No, it started way before. It started with me in the classroom, standing up to a student who was being bullied in front of me. It started with me standing up to comrades who thought I could be a pushover just because of I'm young, and standing up for my voice and speaking up. It started with me having those meetings to speak about a lecture that we did not understand. And I'm like, guys, how about we do a session and just explain to each other what was it, because you know that Doc Swanban is not going to explain it to us again. It started with me being a drum major's leader at church and having to tell them that, guys, we don't have transport and we need to be at this practice. How about we pop out the 5 rand, and then a recopilate taxi, then we need to just get to practice. It started with me saying that if one does not have food, guys, let's just contribute together and make sure that others have eaten as well. So it did not just start. For others, it's as if I've made it. I come from humble beginnings. And when I say humble, I mean humble. So leadership, it was not someone who came and awoke in it in me and said that you are a leader. It started with small acts, and the older you get, you're like, oh, that is what actually leadership is. Because of a true leader does not need to be defined by a title.
Absolutely. At the end of the day, it is about making the difference where you are, right?
Exactly. So
what are some of the habits graduates can develop then to position themselves for leadership opportunities?
That's a beautiful one, again. That is beautiful one. I didn't even think about that one. I think one of the habits as well is be careful of the cycles that you're in. Cycles sometimes can influence your thinking, your sense of thinking. If you're around negative people, especially at work, you become negative. If you're around people who are just having we call it the attitude. My manager just so the minute you have that attitude, it's going to be problematic. And another thing is that open yourself up to understanding your role, your contribution, because the better you understand it, the more you know how you will be able to pour better into it.
Absolutely.
Another thing is understand your strengths and your weaknesses. The minute you understand your strengths, you will know what to leverage on. The minute you understand your weaknesses, you will know what to improve on. Be in cycles of people that embody your weaknesses more than your strength. So meaning that you should be around the people that are strong in your weaknesses so that you can learn from them. And those that are strong in your strengths as well, they will not benefit you for anything. So for me, if you're not a good listener, be around someone that always saying that, this one listens. If you are not a good planner, be around people that are good in planning. Your admin people, someone who gets it done. Ask them, how do you do it? So in everything, don't want to be the star in the circle. Want to be the one that can absorb as much as possible. So in a sense, if I was to wrap it up, be a sponge. Be able to absorb everything around you. But the biggest thing as well is attitude is everything. If you have a positive attitude is everything. I promise you. I know people who are even better than I am, but because of the attitude, it's difficult for them to move or to get to other places. And this has been from school or even university, even work. I've observed the attitude of someone. So attitude is very important.
You would agree it determines your altitude, yeah?
100. You see, now we will like us process understand that the nice English, yes. Attitude determines your
altitude.
There we go. 100%.
Sure. So in a competitive job market, how can graduates distinguish themselves as future leaders?
That's a difficult one, eh?
Yeah.
Immediately when you see that in this, hey guys, it's difficult now in this job. And people are producing great people.
Yeah.
For example, in my institute, our graduates are great. So you're speaking, for example, if you're speaking in a cohort of like 30 graduates, the company is just looking for one. So the one thing you need to ask yourself is that what makes me stand out? What is unique about me? What is it that I can do to make myself stand out, to increase my capability? So I think the biggest one as well, it will be as if it's a repetition, but is to set yourself up and to leverage on your uniqueness.
Yeah. And how important are communication and emotional intelligence then in leadership?
Hey.
I know.
If only you knew.
I know.
Emotional intelligence. You know, one of my students was asking me to define what emotional intelligence is, because I was saying that I would rather have a high EQ than a high IQ, right? Emotional intelligence is everything, because of if you lack emotional intelligence, everyone that is saying something that you're not agreeing with doesn't like you, for you. So imagine if you lack emotional intelligence as a leader, someone who makes the final decision. Will you take criticism? If someone says, no, ma'am, no, definitely, but Ma'am Pertunia, how about, you're like, no. How about what? And it doesn't move with you. It's like, no, this one has an attitude, has a problem with me, I've seen that. Has nothing to do with that. Emotional intelligence is important, because if you lack emotional intelligence as a leader, you will not have growth as an individual. But the painful part is that you are also going to leave the team that you are leading also be stagnant, because people are going to tiptoe around you, meaning that there'll be lack of growth, because it will be your word and people will just action. Your word will be the final one, because they're afraid to say something, because it will be personal. They'll be afraid to say something because of for you will not be able to take it. But emotional intelligence as well is an element of saying that it is not that I meant it to be taken the way you are taking it, but because of that is how you've taken it, I apologize. And it takes a lot as a leader.
Absolutely.
I was wrong. I've led. It takes a lot. And people don't understand that sometimes emotional intelligence is that. It's not about whether you meant to make another person feel like that. It's the fact that they are saying that is how they feel after you've said a certain thing or acted a certain way. And your place as a leader is to say, my apologies, that was not my intention to make you feel the way you're feeling. Can I ask what can then be the way forward, moving forward? Because how I meant it is like this, but this is how you've received it. So my apologies on my part that I could not even read the room to understand that it did not sit well with you. Moving as well. Okay, I thought this was a great idea, guys. I thought we could move with this. Not a problem. This is what we are needing to achieve. This is an idea I think we can. You are not in agreement with it. What plan do you believe we can put in place? And sometimes it's just a matter as a leader, you just need to give the instructions, because there are other things that need instruction. But you cannot be a leader with emotional intelligence. That for me, it's a no-no. Communication skills, worse. So lucky for me, because of the qualification I studied, I'm a linguist by profession. So in our course, we studied communication. We studied how to read someone's body language. A lot of my students will get surprised, ma'am, how do you know? And I'll say that you and me, I will not group you together. Because when you have this type of personality, and they'll say, how come you don't know us? How do you know? And I said, because I can observe. I observe. I observe your body language. I observe the way you speak. I observe even your eye contact when you're speaking to me. Someone will go like, you're getting it. I observe. But not everyone has that. But it's a good thing that communication is a skill that one can learn. So communication skills as a leader is important, because sometimes you can write out an email. You didn't even listen to your tone. And that email can come out very disruptive.
Sure.
So if you don't have the correct communication skills, for you it's like, no, but I was just telling them what needs to be done. For others, it's like, that was very rude. That was just very directive, and that was very unnecessary. And as a result, you don't want to have a team that is working for you and not working with you.
Yeah, sure. So you've reached a strong point there, especially about emotional intelligence being a better tool, better asset than your IQ, for example. Many people, I'm sure, would be baffled by that particular statement. But then we would agree that many people, many leaders then lack the emotional intelligence. I'm sure we would agree on that point.
Definitely. Maybe next time when they're assessing you as a leader, that should be one compliment they assess. Your emotional intelligence. We do have a lot of those.
Yeah.
And the painful part is that majority of the time where the leader lacks the emotional intelligence, the subordinate are having to pick that up. They're having to make up for that gap, because it's a matter of, now when you're new and they're like, no, she's like this, you'll understand her. No, doesn't, no, it's like this, and that should not be. Bad behavior should not be brushed aside just because of you're a leader. So for leaders that are coming in, please understand that it is your responsibility as well to upskill yourself. The same way it's your responsibility to upskill, to develop your subordinates, or those that you're leading. It's your responsibility as well to look at your own weaknesses. Is Pertunia perfect? No. But does Pertunia acknowledge her weaknesses and work on them? Definitely. So as a leader, it's your responsibility as well, especially as a woman, because then all of those stereotypes are going to make sense.
Yeah.
To say, you see, we told you, women all over the place with emotions. So the minute you master the emotional intelligence, when someone speaks ill of you and then like you step out to say, Mr. Dingan, can you please just step aside? Sir, I didn't appreciate how you spoke to me, especially in front of our colleagues. I would appreciate that next time if you're not happy with something, you can address it with me. Or even if you address it, the tone was just not appreciated. Thank you, sir. You move. So that is emotional intelligence. Unlike someone who will shout in, no, you must not take me like that. So emotional intelligence is that as well. It's that as a woman, it's worse. If you're to ask me to say, for a woman in leadership, for us, we need it more. You need to show it more. You need to embody it more. Because then you're going to let all of the stereotypes that they have and these fights that we are having as women to say that let's move other women up, they're going to say, when a Pertunia, Ola who shouts at people in the boardroom.
Yeah.
We are good.
We are in conversation, of course, with Pertunia Nkomo-Mofokeng, the Deputy Dean for Teaching and Learning at IIE Rosebank College, and we are talking women in leadership working with purpose. Of course, this is TUT FM 96.2. We amplify voices and empower lives. I'm going to take a break, and when we come back, this is Plug a Graduate feature. We do this on an every Wednesday basis right here on www.tutfm962.co.za. We take a break. Be back in a moment.
Are you a recent graduate or know somebody who is navigating the job market maze? Are you looking for that perfect job opportunity to kickstart your career? Well, look no further, because TTFM 96.2 has got you covered. Introducing Plug a Graduate, show debuting on April 10th at 7:30 on the Groundbreakers. Join us every Wednesday evening for 1 hour of career-changing insights and opportunities. From interviews with successful alumni to spotlight on industry leaders and recruitment agencies. Plug a Graduate is your one-stop destination for all things career-related or to your professional success.
Station.
Beautiful like diamonds in the sky.
Pumping music, so you never miss a beat. TUTFM 96.2.
Wasala bangani bakho. Come on.
You're locked on to
The coolest station in
the Groundbreakers.
So
we
that
play.
conversation once again is brought to an
abrupt and in that fashion, and we walk away. And that is what I was explaining to him, that listen, it's irrelevant for me who gets to answer as long as we know what is happening. That's what I'm interested in, the story.
All your boiling topics and their burning questions.
Not interested in characters, I'm not interested in who answers. But I would assume that when your number is there, it is put there, well, for a reason.
He cracks the pavement.
And if it's a number, I'll drop a call. And that is not going to be a very easy call. How are you call? Of course, I'll ask you, how are you?
To get you the answers, so you have the full story.
But we definitely have to get into more deeper issue. And he's not ready to give me answers. He doesn't have the answers that I want. Suggest to me that I'm barking the wrong tree to try and follow up with what is happening there. Or whether he could be aware, he could be the right man, just not in a mood to answer, just doesn't have the right answers at the moment. Yeah, but he could say that. Don't worry about what it means. Of course, it means you are useless.
Drakong Mooketsi on the Groundbreakers, Mondays to Thursdays, 7 to 9 p.m. on TUT FM.
Welcome back from a quick break. Of course, this is a PAG graduate feature on TUT FM 96.2. We amplify voices and empower lives. Thank you very much for joining us on 96.2 FM and online on www.tutfm962.co.za, of course, and all other social media platforms. And our guest tonight, Pertunia Nkomo-Mofokeng, is the Deputy Dean for Teaching and Learning at IIE Rosebank College, and we are talking women in leadership working with purpose. Now, Pertunia, higher education institutions play a crucial role in shaping leaders. How can universities better prepare graduates for leadership roles?
Well, that's a perfect question. They can start by looking at our curriculum and how it fits into especially the theoretical part on preparing our students. For example, for me, in my modules, I did public speaking, I did communication skills. Yeah. I think that every qualification should have that. Yeah. Because before anything, you're a communicator. When you're going to an interview, you are a communicator before anything. Yeah. Because of your cum laude can only get you the interview. But you yourself, your confidence, your communication skills are the ones that are backing you that job. That's why you have someone who has achieved an 80% average, but is outshined by someone who has a 60%. So for me, it's about also having those workshops. Invest in workshops. Yeah. Invest in trainings. Invest in public platforms and educational platforms for students to be trained on what the market is looking for students to be trained on leadership. And I think my alma mater did a great job when it comes to also us as the SRC. For me, I learned a lot as a leader under the SRC. I learned accountability. I learned taking leadership for others. I learned identifying issues and coming up with solutions. Because sometimes you'll come in and Prof. Elsabi will say, no, not a problem. We get it, Pertunia. We get it, guys. We get it, the team. But what is your solution? What are you guys suggesting we can do to solve? So it was not just about, this is an issue. Yeah, or else we are striking. We go, no, not a problem. As leaders tell us, what is it that you guys think can be done? So I think as well, putting in strategies in place that will allow students to be able to have practical ideas in place of how to navigate challenges and how to actually also come up with strategies to identify issues and to also be problem solvers. I think the biggest one is problem solvers as well, because a leader is also someone who's there. Institutions and companies are looking for someone who's not only going to solve, they're also looking for someone who's coming with innovation. Yeah. So I think that's what higher institution needs to start doing. Maybe we need to start looking at what China as well is doing to say that it's not just about teaching a child on basic things and looking at what is outdated about our curriculum and things that we're doing in the classroom. Yeah. If a language practice students are still taking the same assessment I took when I was still in varsity, then that's the problem.
Yeah, you're making a good point there. So what role does continuous learning play in leadership growth?
It's very good. It plays a huge role. And I think you can see that it plays a huge role. You can already start with, let's go to our institutions, our leaders who are currently there.
Yeah.
Continuous learning, to say that you need to continue doing research, you need to be an active academic, you need to continue learning. Because if you're someone who's going to be stagnant on, this is how we did it, this is what I learned, and you're not wanting to move, the Z generation is not waiting for you to catch up. The Alpha generation already is not there. We are already having to come up with strategies and ways of having our students to be able to absorb knowledge and information in the way that they best understand.
Yeah.
Or we will send you an email. You will end up sending that WhatsApp message because that's how best students want to engage with information, and that's where you will get the traction.
Absolutely.
So lifelong learning, it's very important because you remain stagnant as a leader. You will not move. And like I said, the problem with a leader that is not wanting to learn or to move, it's not just going to be them. It's going to be everyone else who's following them as a team, because you're going to have frustrated people, and frustration leads to what? Unhappy employees. Unhappy employees leads to what? Employees that will leave. They will leave.
Sure.
Because they don't want to be under someone who's not wanting to change, who's not wanting innovation, who's not wanting to learn, who's not wanting to move.
Or they just simply show their faces rather than show up and become very unproductive there. A case of presentism that everybody is talking about. So
exactly, like what we spoke about, because I can just show up because unfortunately I need that pay slip.
Yeah.
So I just come to what? To tick the box. You say what needs to be done, I say, all good. How does it need to be done? Then I do it. People don't contribute, so you don't want existing members in a group or in a team. You want present.
Sure. So many graduates believe learning stops after graduation. Why is lifelong learning essential, Pertunia?
Because the world evolves every day. The world is developing and changing every single day. So if you want to learn after graduation, all the best. You will have a younger person, literally 10 years younger than you, be your employee, be your boss.
Yeah.
And you know what's going to happen? You're going to start training them in the systems of the institution. You'll be their trainee before, then after that, they are your manager. So if you're not wanting to move, be okay with being stagnant and not going anywhere. That position you are in, you will sit in it, .bitcom, because of lifelong learning and evolving and growing. It's not by choice. If it was by choice, we would all have stayed 5 years.
Sure.
And being a toddlers or being teenager, you would have at a position where Obaking is like, enjoy 18. You would have stayed 18. But that's not how life works.
Absolutely.
Everything changes. If your body changes, the world is also. I can tell you how important that is. Mentorship is very important, because mentorship is someone who is engaging with you on a level of no emotions. It's not about I like you. It's about everything is professional. It's about what is working, what is not working.
Yeah.
What about your attitude will not get you to where you are. Mentorship, the same. For example, let me say that if Ubaken becomes my mentor, now Ubaken so some other things Ubaken will sugarcoat.
Yeah.
But if mentorship is about your career goals and someone who's where you want them to be, it's about them telling you the raw truth of how did I get here? If you're losing direction, they're able to redirect you.
Yeah.
And mentorship sometimes does not have to be on a day-to-day basis. You can have a mentor from a distance, someone you observe. You look at this person, how are they engaging? How are they carrying themselves?
Yeah.
What is it that they're doing? And sometimes you can reach out to say that, would you care to be my mentor? You'd be surprised how many people are willing to be mentors. But to answer your question, mentorship is very important.
Sure.
It's very important.
So what role then does academic excellence play in building leadership credibility?
Well, it plays a huge role. No one wants to be associated with an average. So the minute you excel as well academically, you are drawing the correct eyes to yourself as well. You're drawing the correct attention to yourself.
Yeah.
I think I've told this as well to my students. We're not saying that every student needs to be academically strong, that only your distinction students will flourish, no. But academic excellence is excellence on you, yourself as an individual.
Yeah.
Where you have moved from a 60 to a 70, that is your excellence. That is improvement that has shown that you have moved from one place to another.
Yeah.
So your academic excellence is very important because it shows the ability of someone to develop beyond from where they are. It's a transitioning from moving from point A to point B, which is important from anyone who's observing from and looking to say that this is someone I can work with. This is someone who's a leader.
Yeah.
So academic excellence in terms of leadership position, it's very important, because let's take another example is that a company that is working on numbers, who are they wanting to promote? They're wanting to promote someone who's bringing in business. They're wanting to promote someone who's bringing in the numbers. They're wanting to promote. So what do? Your academic excellence becomes that. You have the correct qualification. That's why you are in that particular job. You are enhancing yourself academically. So meaning that you're furthering your studies as well. And then you're excelling in your job. You're doing what needs to be done. So you are taking everything that they need. So don't be that one they say that your Petunia is good. A problem, at least think about honors. So what we will do is that we can't let go of Petunia. We will bring someone to then honors Petunia trains this person. Which is unfortunately the reality in this day and age.
Absolutely. So leadership journeys often come with setbacks, and this is where it gets. This is where really the rubber hits the road, right? How do you personally deal with challenges and setbacks?
Me, I'm a horrible failure. Does that help? I'm bad at failing.
No, it does not.
And I say that with the utmost, I'm a bad failure. So how I deal with setbacks is that this cannot be my final destination. So if I've set a goal, I can be delayed, but I can't be denied. So denial is my option. I can choose to give up. And it's okay to refuel. There's a difference between pausing and taking a pause to say that, let me just refuel. But totally shutting out and giving up, that's problematic. So for me, how I deal with setback is that I introspect to say, how did I get to the second? So why am I second? Why am I not moving? Why am I experiencing this challenge? What happened? What did I do to contribute? Others are external forces that had nothing to do with you, right? Again, for me, I'm a prayer warrior. Prayer works. I put it there, and after that, I put in the work. Because what I'm going to say to son. So in that element, I deal with a setback to understand that failure is to help me to polish what I did wrong so that I can excel in the next round, right? So if I got it wrong now, for example, I can make my master's an example. I started as being that student whereby my supervisor was like, Prof. Smith, believe Petunia is that one who will finish this in record time. That was not the instance because of the challenges that I faced. I faced grief during that. I faced stagnant. I wanted to give up. But again, because of the people that were in my corner, my supervisor pushed for me. The institution, my alma mater, I'll never forget my institution. They pushed me. Your professor said, Petunia, we know you. You are capable. I ended up, I did not finish at the same time with those that I started with. They graduated way before me. But I graduated later, but I graduated with a cum laude. So I could have still chosen to say, I'm not continuing, I'm done, I can pursue another career, which I would not be sitting in the chair that I'm sitting in right now. I would have said that after this, I'm done, I'm not even pursuing my PhD, I would not be sitting where I am sitting today. So you can choose that becomes your final destination, which is defeat, or you choose to say that for me to be delayed does not mean I'm denied. So I just need to brush myself up and stand up. So how I deal with it is that I do not allow myself to fail at my expense. I push. So continue pushing.
So indeed, if you've just walked in, let me remind you that we are in conversation and we are talking women in leadership, working with purpose. And Pertunia Nkomo-Mofokeng is the Deputy Dean for Teaching and Learning at IIE Rosebank College, and is helping us through this particular conversation. How can graduates then build resilience in the early stages of their career? It looks like, obviously, if you are to go the leadership route, you are set for a rocky ride. How do they then build that resilience early on?
By one, we spoke about it, confidence. Do you know when you're confident in yourself, you don't need anyone else brushing you up and saying that you can do it. You already know that you can do it.
Sure.
Two, have discipline. You build resilience also through discipline, because discipline will teach you what needs to be done, when does it need to be done, what will happen if it's not done. Accountability. So you need to also learn accountability at a very young age, because you will understand that with resilience, you will need to also have accountability, because at some points you will need to jump a hurdle that you yourself created. And the only way you'll always be able to jump that hurdle is if you take accountability to say, this one, it's on me. The flop is on me.
Yeah.
Surround yourself with people that will build you up. Don't surround yourself with people that are there to praise you. All the time it's you. Come inside people where when you thought you were educated, you're like, if you thought you were smart, when you're engaging with this person, you can look at them and remember, this person is smart.
Yeah.
You will learn.
Yeah. Yeah.
You build resilience through the understanding that you don't have the answers to everything, and it's okay. But it's also your responsibility to want to seek those answers.
Sure. So what role does mindset play in overcoming professional obstacles?
Your biggest, you can take me for an example. What would have been my mindset if I decided to drop out on my master's?
Quit. Just
I
go.
wouldn't have graduated.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So because of that positive mindset, I was able to continue to push. So mindset is everything, again, because if the minute you experience something challenging, and let me tell you something, your mind is there to assist you in your well-being. If it sees something that is not good for you and for your body, it will give you every reason to say that, no, but it's too much. Another thing, you're still young. Come on, you're 25, you can go back to school. It's okay. Take that job for Hanano because you just need the money. Then after that, you can come back after 2 years. It will listen with you correctly. But if you have resilience and say that it's okay, I didn't make it this time. This is just one assignment. Let me go back to it and reflect. What is it that I did wrong? I got 30% this time, but how can I correct it? What is it that I got wrong? Find someone who can assist you, someone who's good. Now is that person that I get out to Padiwane.
Yeah.
And not in a bad way.
Stability, then I was saying it's an ever changing protean world of work. How important is adaptability then in today's fast changing workplace?
That is important. No one has time to teach anyone. People are busy, everyone has a deadline.
Yeah.
Everyone has something that they're doing.
Sure.
We are now in spaces whereby the institute is like, we need someone, have you heard the Tembar, we need someone who will hit the ground running.
Yeah.
So that is important. Adaptability is important because you need to come in and go like left, right. Who can be in my corner here to make sure that when I come, I'm hitting the ground running. Learn fast. Because of when they see that you are someone who cannot learn fast, chances are, even in conversation whereby they're saying that we're looking to promote someone, it's like, not that one. Always complaining about work, always complaining about it's a lot. They get us to do. When you're complaining in correct spaces, we must complain. If you have a husband, spoken sarara in your bedroom alone with your husband. If you must complain with a best friend that you know will not share the news, preferably with someone who does not work for the same company as you.
Yeah.
That's where you complain, not at work. Because it gets to the people. Don't lie. Don't think that anything that you speak about at work, like, no, this one, it will get to the managers or whoever will be hearing about it in the conversation. Even that person that you tell will be the one to say, Petunia is always complaining. I don't think she's right. And by the I don't think she's right.
Yeah.
You will never be ready.
Yeah.
So to adopt is very important. You don't need to know everything. You must just be ready to learn. And you must learn at a fast pace. And how do you learn? By becoming a continuous learner and someone who's open to learning and to being corrected when they've done something wrong.
Be receptive to learning. Now, I mean, what lessons have challenges taught you about leadership? It looks like this taught you a lot, if what you say is anything to go by.
It has taught me that I don't know everything and I'm not as smart as I think.
Wow.
It has taught me that as much as I'm a multitasker, but I can never be able to do everything myself, that it does take a village.
Yeah.
So for me, it takes a lot for things to be done, for projects to be done, for deadlines to be achieved. It takes more than just Petunia. Whether I need to just go and engage with my colleague to say, Maggie, what do you think here? So what it has taught me is that you can be a star in another place. When you get to another place, you can realize that there are other stars. So what you need to learn is to learn to adopt, like what we spoke about.
Yeah.
Leadership has also taught me how learning is so beautiful. I learn so much. I learn about people, I learn about characters, I learn about information. Leadership has taught me that it's so great to learn.
Yeah.
And that when you are having shared goals, shared purposes, it makes it easy to achieve them, especially when you're doing it together.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So leadership, and I want us to talk about this. I think it's very important, balancing leadership and personal growth. This is a very tricky balance. It's a difficult balance. Now, leadership roles often come with immense responsibility. How do you maintain balance in your life with perhaps such a messy schedule?
Support. If I said I'm able to do this alone, I'd be lying. For example, we are in this session, right? How many times have we been disturbed? Not once.
Not once, no.
Because I have my husband who's making sure that the kids are in the bedroom and they're keeping quiet. I have a 3-year-old who is a bouncing ball, but right now she's kept quiet because I have the support. So how I've been able to balance all of this, other people, some colleagues will even ask me, Pertunia, how do you do it? Hananim, you've even entered the Mrs. South Africa pageant. Like, but how do you do it? When I was in varsity, for those who went to varsity with me, they'll tell you. There were callers, they'll let you know. I was in netball. I was in drama society. I was in karate, right? I did karate. I was in the SRC. I was in the debating, right? I was in Topun Domozana. Would you tell you, every event, Topis Hook, I was there. I was at church at that time. I used to do drum majorettes. So you can understand that was a lot.
Sure.
It took support. It took my friends saying that, Chomi Gachoko, we are talking about this in class. This is the assignment that they gave us. Next week, this class, you definitely need to attend it. At Drama Society, I can only come in at 7. There was a TUT FM, presenting a TUT FM, and it was a night show.
Yeah.
Then I had to be a student. So how I'm able to do it over again, if I said that I know how to juggle, I know how to balance, definitely that is helpful. I have a schedule. I'm someone who prioritizes everything. So what is a priority? So I put things according to priority. What is a priority? What needs to be done now? My manager will tell you, he gives me something, I need to ask him, when do you need it? When is this needed? Because for me, that gives me an element to be able to put things in perspective, to say what is important now? What can I let slip through the cracks? Okay, this seminar, I don't need to attend it. They said it's not compulsory. I can listen to the recording later.
Yeah.
So I've created a schedule. I have great support. And another thing is that it's important time management. I've had to learn time management because for someone with ADHD, it's very difficult. It was very difficult for me to manage my time. I'm still learning. It's still a learning process for me.
Yeah.
So time management has also really assisted me. So I'm able to juggle all of this. And the last thing is the grace of God. He's been able to give me the rigor to be able to cope and to function without a breakdown.
Sure. So what I get is it is ultimately about weighing things in order of importance, and that should inform your priority list. Yeah. Sure. So how can young professionals avoid a burnout, especially while striving for that success? It's difficult to know when to stop.
You're asking a very wrong person for that one, hey? Because I'm very bad at that. No, honestly, I am so bad at that. I push and push and push until I'm fatigued, and then my body's the one that tells me to say, and this is the old picture, I had to learn that. So how they can do it is that your body will talk to you, right? Another thing, understand, you cannot do everything. You cannot.
Yeah.
So how to deal with fatigue as well? What I've learned is that I reward myself through achievements. So for example, if I said that today I'm going to do 1 chapter on my studies, right?
Yeah.
After I'm done with a chapter, I love movies. So I'll say that, Pertunia, once you're done with this chapter, you can watch one movie. Then I relax.
Yeah.
Right? Just to let my body as well. So whatever they enjoy doing as well, it's okay to take a break sometimes. And can they learn to celebrate every small milestone? You for a student, it would be that one module that you've been struggling with, and now you got like a 70 for it. That's big. That's a milestone. Learn to celebrate. And by celebrating, I'm not saying go to a tavern or whatever.
Yeah.
Your sense of celebration can be binge watching a series. So that teaches your mind to award itself, to say that for anything good that I do, or for anything that is rewarded of me, I should celebrate it.
Absolutely.
So for me, that's how I deal. So to make sure that I don't experience burnout. Another thing is that listening to my body, your body will tell you. You'll have those migraines. You'll have that thing that your hands will start getting swollen. Your body will feel fatigued.
Yeah.
So just learn to listen to your body. That goes for you as well, Baking.
Yeah, of course. I'll note I'll note that particular one. So what practices help leaders stay grounded and focused on their purpose, Pertunia?
Doing what I love. What helps me stay grounded is that, like I said, I'm not the it. I can be replaced anytime. It's not about the fact that there is not another person who can do what I do. There's someone who can do what I do. There might even be someone who can do it better.
Sure.
They can try.
Sure.
But what helps me stay grounded is that I'm always, again, going back to purpose. Because I'm doing what I love, what I believe God has called me to do, what has made me stay grounded and humbled is that the end goal is more fulfilling than anything else I could have ever get.
Yeah.
So the humbleness also comes from knowing that in respecting others, the reward that I can get in return is getting respected back and to make other people happy. So what makes me stay grounded as well is the understanding of what I'm doing is not only for myself, but is for the betterment of others, for others that are looking at me. Imagine if someone is looking at me as an inspiration and I'm just a bad person. I'm just like a leader. So what helps me stay humbled and grounded is that someone else is looking at me.
Yeah.
And for someone, I'm a role model. And for someone, I'm an inspiration.
Sure. So let's talk self-reflection. How important is this in leadership development?
It's very important, Baking. It's very important because if you don't reflect, how will you know what needs to be fixed, what needs to be developed?
Yeah.
Like I said, the same way you are responsible for developing other people. For example, you run a show. How many times do you sit and reflect on your show and watch it back and say that, here, I think these questions I needed to have asked this. So in engaging with such people, I think reflection helps because it helps you with what? With development, with improvement.
Absolutely.
So self-reflection as a leader is very important because before you can reflect on others, a leader gets to do a KPI where you are reflecting on another person's work. But it's important for you to do the same for yourself so that you can say that what is it that I can also do to better myself, because when I am bettered, my team is bettered as well.
Sure. Now, looking ahead, what opportunities do you see for women leaders in the next decade? It looks like the future is rosy, Pertunia.
It is, hey. I'm scared for you guys, hey.
Yeah.
Be careful. You can already look at, for example, sports.
Yeah. Yeah.
Women are coming in sports. Women are coming in radio. Women are lavishing in academia. Academia like Sabu women. Like that is becoming our playground. So I think in the next a decade, we're looking at women who with less stereotypes. I don't think it can ever go away because of our society has put in place, and this is a continued learning whereby there's always, we even do it as parents, there's always that thing, sit properly. So that will also take some time for us to now totally unlearn all of that. But the future is looking bright. And for me, I think we are looking at boardrooms that are filled with more women, and there's also a balance to a point that you will not be able to sit to say, how many women are in leadership, and that do they have, is the CEO female or male? It will not be a matter of male or female. It was a strong leader. Women will get to a point. I feel like in the next decade, it will be a matter of us being defined as leaders as a title, and the gender just becomes something that is asked because of we are filling a form that asks you whether you're a male or female.
Sure. Absolutely. The pendulum is swinging, is it not? Now, how can organizations create environments where women leaders thrive? I think that's one of the problems in our society, where women do not get that particular space, Pertunia.
No, definitely. Examples can also be taken from my institution. I come from an institution that is big on women empowerment.
Absolutely.
It's allowing the platform and the conversations to be there. For example, HR personnel need to start being advocates of the employee.
Yeah.
And it starts there. Conversations need to be held, and transparency needs to be there to say that we are sitting with the executive in this company. How many of them are females? How many of our current staffs can take current positions in the executive? And once you start recruiting, let it be now an open platform to say that where are we lacking and how do we balance for more women empowerment? If it's not an open conversation, then it will be something that is always overlooked. So companies and they need to just start having the conversation, and like you said, let them introspect themselves to say that, let's be honest, how many of us, let them have the workshops, the webinars, and if they're saying that some of our women, because they're not equipped, develop them.
Sure.
It's your responsibility to develop.
Sure. Couldn't have said it better, really. So what role then should women play in mentoring the next generation? How important is it to nurture the people you want to pass the baton to?
Very important. Very important, because no other woman can tell the other woman how good they are, how capable they are, better than you as a woman. And it starts with us as parents with our girl children.
Yeah.
It starts with our attitude towards the girl children. That when that, oh, this one is so naughty. When it's the girl, when it's, what are you doing as a girl? It starts with that, the attitude. So mentoring another woman as a woman leader, it's important because you are showing them that what they aspire to be, it's not a dream, it's a possibility because you are living it.
Yeah. So if you could change at least one thing about leadership culture today, one thing, I know you, given how you sound, you'd probably want to change everything. But if I was to squeeze you to one thing, what would that be?
If I was to change one thing, that there is a certain way a leader should look or sound. Every time when people hear my title after they've interacted with me or seen me in a space, they get very surprised.
Okay.
And they say, but you're too humble for leader. You're too nice. Well, how should I look? I remember at some point we were at a team building with my colleagues when I was still in the online space.
Yeah.
And the chef, after the interaction, the chef was like, oh, I just wanted to check there's something that the manager needed. So who's the manager? And they pointed at me. She's like, I would have never guessed. And that stuck with me. And I'm like, why? And just like, no, but how you interact with them. And for me, that is what I would change. Can leaders start being part of the team, part of the group, that even when you are with your colleagues, when you are with your team, no one should be able to see who's the manager.
Yeah. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. Leaders want to be seen. Leaders want to be seen. Yeah.
No, you shouldn't, because if you have a strong pack, who sees a leader there? Because all we are seeing is that is a strong team. No one cares who's the leader.
Sure. So for graduates listening tonight, what is the one leadership principle they should carry with them as they enter the workforce?
What are you ready for me today over here?
Yeah, I was. Yes, I was.
The one principle that they should carry, believe in yourself. Like with everything, a leader is someone people look up to. They want to see through you that it's possible. So if you lack that, you lack the confidence, it's going to be difficult for others. So the one principle is have belief in yourself.
Yeah.
Be someone who has the confidence in themselves. Because of them, it's going to be easy for people to follow someone that they see has or is a pillar, because of how teka and people can see.
Yeah.
It's going to be difficult because everyone is going to say, I can do it better. And so the one principle that they can carry is that believe in yourself.
Sure. So finally, though, what message would you like to leave with young women and graduates about walking with purpose?
I had to think about this one because of, as much as you didn't prepare me, like giving me questions.
Yeah. You don't need preparation. You don't need preparation.
the one thing I can leave them with is that when women work with purpose, they don't just transform their own lives.
Mm-hmm.
They transform families, institutions, and communities.
Sure.
Because of, imagine a strong woman that is moving with purpose, a woman who understands their vision, who understands their purpose. Immediately when they walk and they're taking others with them, they are just not changing, they're transforming and transforming the world one space at a time.
Wow. Very invigorating conversation. Listen, Pertunia, thank you so much. Firstly, before I thank you for the rich conversation, let me thank you for paving the way for some of us to walk on. Being part and parcel of the groundbreakers at one stage, we really want to appreciate you laying the foundation, firstly, from a personal perspective.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And then secondly, thank you so much for navigating us through a very convoluted and involved topic of women in leadership. We know there's a lot in that particular space, and with the particular message on working with purpose. I've thoroughly enjoyed the conversation, and I'll repeat, I don't think you need preparation any time of the day. You are really prepared, even I suppose at midnight. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Mooketsi.
Yeah.
And can I just say, you are a great host. Like a TTFM is lucky to have someone like you. You are such a great host. I enjoyed our conversation, and thank you so much as well for the opportunity. Thank you for the platform. Thank you to my alma mater for continuing. And it's no longer even my alma mater because it's my continued institution as I'm pursuing my PhD as well.
Yes.
With the institution with TUT.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for believing in me when I was still a student then. The woman that you're seeing today, that is speaking here today, was built by you from foundation, and it's continuing to be built by my current institution, Rosebank College. Thank you so much for the opportunity, and thank you, Mooketsi. It was really nice engaging with someone who is in your level of thinking and engagement. I really enjoyed myself with you today.
I appreciate that. And by the way, this is not done. Well, all the best. I know that you've entered for a major competition there. Is that Miss? SA?
Mrs. South Africa.
Miss...
Yes, the Mrs. one. Yeah, Missy Nathan Trapa, the Mrs.
Yeah, yes.
So it's for married women. It's a beautiful platform that empowers and continues to build women like myself.
You already look like you're wearing a crown there. So yeah, go take it. It's waiting for you.
I receive from your mouth to the Lord's ears.
Pertunia, of course, Nkomo-Mofokeng, the Deputy Dean for Teach and Learning at IIE Rosebank College. I want to appreciate your time once again.
Thank you so much, sir. And good night to you and good night to your listeners. Thank you for the opportunity.
There you go. Brings to an end a fascinating conversation, and brings us, of course, to 11:30 exactly before the hour 9. We're going to take a very quick break. When we come back, we wrap up.
Are you a recent graduate or know somebody who is navigating the job market maze? Are you looking for that perfect job opportunity to kickstart your career? Well, look no further, because TTFM 96.2 has got you covered. Introducing Plug a Graduate show, debuting on April 10th at 7:30 on the Groundbreakers. Join us every Wednesday evening for 1 hour of career-changing insights and opportunities, from interviews with successful alumni to spotlight on industry